Good afternoon, everybody. This is Pratima Penumarti. Today I'm going to talk about a second podcast, and it's all about entrenched caregiver. Who is an entrenched caregiver? Entrenched caregiver is a person who has been involved for, say, a few years or maybe a couple of years and has been providing daily, if not constant care, and wonders how much he or she can even go on. An exhaustion from caregiving starts to set in. Once it sets in, you may start realizing your own health is starting to suffer as a result of your caregiving duties. It's very normal to feel somewhat angry about your situation and then feel guilty for feeling angry. But caregivers often suppress these emotions, which can eventually lead to resentment or even depression. This is when you need to evaluate your own situation and find different ways to uplift oneself, yourself, whether it is through seeking help from others or even looking into respite type of care. Many people are a little confused about what is this respite care. Respite stays it's an excellent option for those who are actually caring for their loved ones and who need care, themselves on a short-term basis. This allows the home caregivers the ability to travel, even sometimes recuperate from their own illness or pursue other interests, get a new job. Many find respite stays the perfect option for recovery from hospitalization. Should a short stay require extended care? Yes, some respite cares even do that. Family members live with the confidence that their loved ones is very safe and they're in the hands of those people who take care of them. Let's come back to the same point here, which I'm talking today is about the entrenched caregiver. You are firmly grounded in all aspects of giving care to your loved one, which plays an important part, in fact, a large part in defining who you are. Your feelings may be bittersweet. You are glad you can help. But sometimes you keep wondering, why me? You're completely exhausted, physically and mentally. During this stage, re-evaluation is critical. And the main focus should be receiving help from others. Take breaks from responsibilities, and I'm telling you this from the personal experience, so you can rejuvenate and continue on a healthy caregiving path. Try to establish your routine for both you and your loved ones and determine what are the limits of care with which both of you are comfortable. Find ways to accept help from your family, your family members, friends, or even hire a respite care providers if you can. Lean heavily on support groups during this time. And I would always advise that. That's one of the reasons why even we started a caregiving for elderly people. Sharing your feelings with others always helps you maintain your focus as well as your sanity. Dear friends, let's not forget that the caregiver's journey is special and it is full of emotional ups and downs. Who even plans on being a caregiver? Well, all of our caregiving experiences are different. There is a part of caregiving that I personally think we all experience, the beginning and the ending. And in most cases, we are not even prepared for either of these life-changing events. We live in the moment of our caregiving journey while desperately praying for some miracle to happen, hoping that one day, or maybe next day, things will be better than the day before. And then all of a sudden, it's over. Caregiving has become and is becoming a normative challenge. Do you all agree with me? It's a complex challenge, in fact. Just consider some of, that variables that play, a role in caregiving. Loss of energy, difficulty setting priorities, guilt feeling. Long distance caregiving comes into picture. Fewer children to even provide care. Financial pressure. Even the demands on senior adults to care for their own children and grandchildren. let's not at all forget now emotional stress. How can we help one another to help reduce this burden? We need to find strength. Caring for the caregiver, by finding somewhere they can vent, acknowledging their past wounds, assembling a support team, trying to pay attention to inequities of work, power, even money, and consulting a lawyer who is mostly an elder lawyer. Last but not least, let me also tell you how we can all make a difference. By helping the person, we increase the optimism in the future. We need to make sure that caregivers reduce social isolation, because that's going to increase their empowerment, and we have to increase that empowerment. And they have to even have a less feeling of feeling hopelessness. Caregivers worldwide need to take care of themselves. Let's not ever forget this. The secret of surviving long-term caregiving is to pace yourself and rest when you are tired. Being constantly exhausted and severely stressed causes serious health issues. It may even decrease your capacity as a caregiver to care for someone else. But let me not hide here. There are so many caregivers who resist the very advice to take regular breaks, even when they have access to help. That's because, for some, getting help with caregiving can be more of an emotional decision than, I would say, a rational one. Many caregivers feel guilt, that feeling guilty about stepping away, even for a short time, and they feel very uncomfortable, bringing even a new person or stranger into the house. So many roadblocks. There can be many the roadblocks for getting caregiving help. So they need to take a break. Most often, there are also a lot of financial issues which we see, and there's a denial that they need help. I spoke personally to many caregivers who said that, they combine that we cannot take care of any sort of extra help because hiring caregiving is so expensive. But dear friends, even if the cost is high, maintaining or improving your health is worth it. Being open to different resources of help definitely lowers the cost of you taking care, or taking regular breaks. Ask your family members, ask your good friends for help. Seek out volunteering programs that we, just started called Volunteering for Seniors, program like ours, that offer companionship helps, services with the elders. They just come, spend some, supplement, a couple of hours with your elders, and so that you take a break. That supplement those hours with paid help as needed. You can also supplement that. I would like to also give you some resources for people hearing this podcast today that, you can find a break from relentless caregiving. It's a common need for family caregivers, right? So there you can call National Center on Caregiving. They have some toll-free numbers, which is 1-800-445-8106, and you leave a message and, you can just they've written call back to you. It's a National Care Navigator, and then you can visit your own state's website, which is like www.caregivers.org, where you can /connecting caregivers /services by state, and you get a lot of information. Guilt is normal part of caregiving, simply because you care. It's never ever going to disappear. I want to just stop this small podcast today by by just telling that don't let this stop you from getting the caregiving help you need as a caregiver. Taking regular breaks is the best way to maintain your overall health and your ability to provide care. Thank you, friends, for listening to my podcast, and please let me know if you have any questions and if you want to know more about resources. Also, if you want to learn more about what our Volunteering for Seniors organization does, I am more than happy to share our points and also share our organization information with you. You can be free, and you can also email us at info@volunteeringforseniors.org. Thank you very much. Signing off, this is Pratima Perumalli. Bye and have a nice day.